friends. This is James Kalm, and we're going to begin our 11th year with the half-assed reports here. We're touring into Chelsea. We're going to see what's happening here on the opening night of the 2016 season. Stay tuned. Well, it's extremely crowded tonight, but we're going to try to run in here to Cheim&Read and see if we can elbow our way through the mobs to see a show by Lynda Benglis. Well, I was pedaling over here and stopped to talk to a couple of friends, and they said I had to come by and see this show, and they said that the piece in the atrium gallery was the most impressive piece of the show. And, well, I think they must be right. This is titled Fall Cot 2016 Aluminum. This is 170 inches. 85 inches by 96 inches. And, well, it actually reads kind of as a figure. And, well, Lynda has used these little, I don't know what, extruded blob forms for several years now, but I think this is the largest and the most ambitious piece using that technique that I've seen. And, well, it is such a mob scene out there that it's going to be a surprise if I can get in and see anything in the main gallery. Oh, man, I like the hat. Makes me think of Dr. Seuss a little bit. Let's sweep the gallery. An extraordinary amount of work in this show, and just glancing through the guide, it looks like most of this is 2016. And I don't know, I've been watching Lynda's career for, I don't know, 25, 30 years. I see that there are references to many of her past bodies of work. One of them was titled Mermaids. It makes me think of this piece. And she did another series of knots. Well, for any of you who are interested in art history, Lynda could be one of the most recognized and sought after, I guess she would be classified as a feminist artist, although she actually kind of drifts among a lot of various categories. She did some poured foam pieces in the late 60s, early 70s that would be considered process art. Now, a lot of this work, it's got the glitter. By the way, I was going to say that I've been to about 5 shows already in the last day or two, and glitter seems to be the common theme of a lot of work this season. So we'll see, probably see a lot more glitter. Anyway, that kind of puts her in a pattern decorative mode. And then some of the eccentric sculptural forms and strange materials kind of relates her to someone like Judy Pfaff. Well, these pieces are all handmade paper over chicken wire with acrylic medium and glitter, various sizes. This particular piece looks like it has some gold leaf. And, well, I like this in that the squares of the pink paper kind of layered on the very organic form kind of bring a certain geometrical quality to it. We'll take a hand view of the second gallery, back gallery. This piece is titled DOS. Cast glitter on handmade paper over chicken wire. This is 55 by 10 by 9.5. You know, there's also a nice quality that the indentations from the chicken wire kind of give the pieces a sense of a grid. And then the grid is twisted and torqued. This is titled Butterfly Jump 2016. This is Cinco. I think these pieces are actually interesting from a ontological viewpoint. We don't know whether these are paintings or sculpture or wall objects. In certain ways, I would say that this is maybe some of Lynda's most painterly works. She's really doing a lot of stuff with color. And I think also it shows her great sense for the materials. Okay, let's check out the back room. This is titled Elephant Necklace 2016 glazed ceramic 37 elements. 173 inches in diameter. Well, actually this is nice. It looks like these were turned on a wheel. So I don't know whether Lynda was actually down at some ceramic workshop turning these, or she had someone turn them and then she cut up the pieces, but this is pretty straight ahead, good old ceramics. Oh gee, there's William Pohea. Alright, well, we're going to try to see if we can squeeze in for a few more shows. This is Lynda Benglis at Cheim&Read. To see a show by Sharon Louden titled Windows here at Morgan Lehman. Look at that. Matthew Delegate. I'm going to take a look at this show. I ran over here and it's after closing time. But I was struck with the refreshing quality of the show. Snagged Sharon Louden at her show Windows. Tell us a little bit about the show.
Oh, I used
paintings
to,
on paper.
Yeah, paintings
oil.
on paper. Oil on paper, lots
let's talk about this one. I was kind of intrigued with this. First of all, I noticed that you're painting on a very glossy paper there, and I actually thought that blue rectangle was a digital print, but it's
no, totally not. So this is enamel, and this is like many layers of gesso, and just a lot of layers on top, on top, on top.
So that's not some kind of a glossy photo paper.
No way. It's all.
You do this all by hand.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, I throw it out. So I go through like hundreds of drawings to get to these, but these take one form, and then I let it dry, and then I go to another one, and then it's just a slow process. So these are, I love formal work, and I feel like my work is formal, but it's about these bright colors coming forward, and then a dialogue with what's behind, which is a place of peace for me. That's what it is.
Okay, one other thing, you're also an editor of a couple of books. So tell us about the books. Your first one that came out 3 or 4 years ago was, tell me the name of it again.
Living and Sustaining a Creative Life, and it's about bringing 40 artists and their stories forward to the different communities and cross-pollinating artists together so that there's more opportunities for artists, but also the public gets to see what artists are, who they really are and what they do. And
you can pick this up at Amazon and all the other bookstores. And now you've got a new one coming out in March. Tell us about that one.
Artist as culture producer. So essentially it's redefining who an artist is today to the public, and to be able to share what artists do beyond their studio out in the public realm.
Okay, and you can pre-order that now?
Say again?
You can pre-order that now?
You can. Thank you, Lauren.
Okay. Anyway, congratulations, Sharon. The show looks great.
Thank you.
All right. This also looks nice in a frame. This is oil on panel. 20 by 16 inches. You know, these look very simple, but the more I'm looking at them, the more I'm realizing that Sharon's got a lot of very subtle color things. She's also laying her square forms over the top of other square forms. Get some pedimenti there. Is 14 by 18 inches. I just casually walk along here and look at these. You know, the other great thing is once you come up with a kind of a format like this, you can keep working this and just let the ideas kind of run on and see how they turn out. Maybe the largest piece, 22 by 30 inches, oil on paper. People have been criticizing me because I don't take a whole view of the pieces and sort of hold it for 5 seconds, so I gave you a little chance. And the title of the show is Windows.
It is.
Okay.
I'm looking through all the time.
Thank you, Sharon. Okay. Well, the clock is running out, so I'm just gonna dodge in here to Marlborough. Oh, gee, man, the beer's running out. I guess it's time to go. I'm gonna look at a show or try to by Lars Fisk titled Mr. Softy. As I said, this is not exactly the best situation to try to look at the artwork. Although I would say that the people watching has been interesting. looks like Lars has a theme that he's working with of the sphere, which, just to begin with, is kind of a nice minimalist shape, a Platonic form, but just having some fun doing various things. This is a nice spherical garbage can. I like that. Okay. I don't have the titles, dimensions, or medium on this. I would suppose that this is probably styrofoam covered with kind of epoxy resin maybe, and painted. I like the little architectural niches. I would say that's probably about 78 inches in diameter. There's the big ball. Also, this kind of references a parking lot, I guess. Got little island forms here. This guy is big. I would say that's at least 15 feet tall. Now I think it would be really fun if you could get inside this thing and maybe look at the people outside. Oh, got a couple of smaller spheres, and these are dealing with motifs from the subway. I don't know what that says. Spring Street. Probably about 2 feet. This is about maybe 3 feet in diameter. I always wonder how they would go about moving one of these deals. I guess it probably comes apart. It's after closing time, and besides, there was somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 openings tonight, so I was just lucky I made a few. Anyway, welcome back for my 11th year. The guy on the bike keeping an eye on the New York art scene for you. And as always, thank you, Kate. Whoa! Thank you. That was great. Wow. They should make that an Olympic sport.